Hi everybody, I'm Jeremy Cordeau. We're here for Rossdale Homes in the garage, and this has got to be the coldest day yet in winter. I mean, it's got to be. It's going to get warmer from here on in. God, it's freezing down here. Anyway, thank you for joining us in the garage in the Court of Public Opinion. I don't have any dates today because the computer went... What do computers do?
Belly up.
Fut. Yes.
Belly up.
Anyway, so it's all right. So we... But we can use other... We can use the time. We can use the time. Headline inflation, ladies and gentlemen, down. Headline is down. That's the one that Labor wants to talk about. Underlying inflation, which is what the Reserve Bank wants to talk about. That's the important one. That's up. That's the one the RBA takes notice of. That's up 3.6%. Yeah. Another weekend of record low auction clearances in Brisbane, Sydney and Melbourne. I don't think they even measure them here in Adelaide. Don't think we have that many, do we?
Yes, it is still going up slightly, Jeremy.
Okay. Well,
Catch up.
The real estate market is definitely slowing. The unintended consequences of which is the entire economy slows. Housing is a great economic multiplier. We could call these guys in Canberra the government of unintended consequences and not be too far wrong. Pete's here and Gary's here and you're here, and thank you for that. The amazing thing I discovered the other day, the Prime Minister comes out and says, hey, kids have found a way around my ban on social media.
Oh my God.
My God.
Fancy.
86% of kids have found a way around the ban. Well, you and I and everybody knew that this ban was a piece of show business. It is now a diversion from his rotten budget. Don't look at that. Look over here. Yeah, don't be fooled. The doubling of the fines won't fix anything. The Act says, and this is the key to it, the Act says that under 16-year-olds can't hold an account. Not that they can't have access. What do you think they want, an account or access? You could drive a truck through that loophole. I don't mean to be cynical, but was that the intention? Just asking. The Australia Institute says that for the first time in 75 years, this will be the first generation in Australia to be worse off than their parents. You have to look at why the previous generation became so prosperous. It was through incentive, opportunity and hard work. The Labor government is denying the present generation and the future generations of these. It's nice that the Australia Institute points all this out, but it is far more important to look at the reasons, the cause. Watching Jim Chalmers out there with his charm offensive, still trying to sell the budget, which we can't really see too much past the lies upon which it is based. Good luck, Jim. Good luck. I know it shouldn't get to me, but watching him talk, listening to him talk, I know he's going to disappear into the dustbin of history, but the damage these people do along the way, the lies they tell, the lives they interfere with, the businesses they destroy, people go bankrupt, people lose their jobs, families break up, can't pay the mortgage, lose their houses. It's all so unnecessary. And it's cyclical. You can see it. It happens quite regularly. Every time you elect these guys, it's in there, it's in the mix. This current bunch of liars, bullies and henchmen will disappear with generous perks and pensions. Why do we have to go through these painful periods? I don't know. Self-flagellation. Senator Pocock, his revelations about the so-called widow's tax was fascinating. More unintended consequences from the budget. Within the tax changes lies a trap. This is what he's called the widow tax. Well, in fairness, I don't know if he called it that, but let's call it the widow tax. A potential disaster if you have a jointly owned, negatively geared property. Through divorce or death, one of the parties, you lose the privileges of negative gearing and capital gains tax exemptions. Jim Chalmers is trying to spin his way out of this by saying, oh yeah, we knew all about that. You know, don't think we didn't know about that. We knew all about that. We knew all about that. We're going to fix that. David Spears on the Insiders says, quite reasonably, how are you going to fix it? We'll fix it. We'll attend to it. Yes, I know, I understand, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do to fix it? No, we'll fix it.
Unquote.
It's bizarre. It's bizarre. Since the budget was handed down and the problems associated with it became clear, they've been on the back foot. Running repairs. Building the aeroplane while it's up there. If you like, we'll fix it on the fly. Even if he didn't give a straight answer. If he gave you a straight answer, you couldn't believe him. I'm prepared to accept that anyone says something to me, and I'll believe it until such time as that person is demonstrated to be a liar. And the reason that they have pushed this legislation through so quickly, legitimising the budget, there is absolutely no urgency. Nothing is coming in until July next year. No urgency at all. The reason they want it out of the way, out of the media, off the table. Well, I don't think removing the issue from the table is going to take it out of people's minds. People will be reminded every day, every week, in 1,000 different ways of the consequences of the budget. You're hoping that people will get used to these changes, accept them. Well, my bet is you're wrong, and we won't. Our sponsors, as I mentioned, Rossdale Homes, a great South Australian family-owned company, famous for their absolute fixed price guarantee. You get no nasty surprises. When they tell you something, they guarantee you something. They will not lie to you. Whether you're a first home builder or a seasoned property developer, nobody likes scary costs to go up in the middle of or at the end of the project. Their slogan is, and has been for years, Rossdale Homes, when trust is a must. Remember, with their fixed price contracts, only you can change the price. For peace of mind and great quality, rossdalehomes.com.au. Venezuela has been hit with this terrible, tragic, I've never heard of a double earthquake. 2 earthquakes, a few seconds apart. Hell. Well, that's exactly what they're going through in Venezuela, hell. A great opportunity for the people of that country to review the government and its ability to respond to a tragedy like this. And nothing. Terrifyingly, nothing. That government has been there for the last 10 years. In that time, they have driven the country into abject poverty. A shocking, inept, socialist government. one of the worst in the world. The people have to rise up and get rid of them. This is your catalyst. This is your moment. This is where you'll see all these people in sharp focus. You just can't patch things up and keep on going. Learn the lessons of time. In the meantime, and quite reasonably, the much needed aid and support pours in. They say something like 50,000 people will probably have been killed. The geological stability of this country is absolutely remarkable, and one of our greatest assets, I suspect. I know in Indonesia they have 2 or 3 well, not quakes, but shakes a day. Extraordinary. How does this One Nation guy walk across the floor of Parliament after hearing the debate, sit down on the other side of the House and vote with Labour and the Greens on a bill which his party is totally against? It's extraordinary. How would that possibly happen? Now, Pauline has to think very carefully about the people she endorses. When interviewed, this guy got up, he's only a new member admittedly, and he said, "Mea culpa, I'm sorry, I made a mistake." Whatever he said, something about, "I didn't hear it properly," or "I didn't understand it." Well, I'm sorry, you can't do that. That doesn't let him off the hook. This is serious stuff. You won't help with the polls, old son, I can tell you that, which I see from yesterday slipped, I won't say significantly, a couple of points, but I don't think that's anything for Pauline to worry about. The Libs have got more to worry about than that. With that poll, the Redbridge poll, Albanese will of course take great encouragement because it popped him back as preferred Prime Minister. I find that hard to understand. Anyway, Pauline and her party can help these people get elected. But in the House, those people, once elected, cannot afford to be bewildered, confused. There is a bit of history here. You can't tell me that a political party can be such a bad judge that somebody elected to One Nation would go out and even accidentally vote with the Greens. I would love to have been a fly on the wall when Pauline got him alone. I don't understand.
Absolutely.
You know, I was talking about the weather earlier. Everyone talks about the weather, nobody does anything about it, sadly. In the 1800s, explorers went looking for the great Australian inland sea. You would have read about all of this. But they didn't find it. Many times, some were killed, died. They found desert, hardship. But this remarkable country is quick to change, quick to adapt. Drought is common in Australia. When the rains come, life, wildlife, explodes. It's amazing. Pete, as a photographer, have you ever been out there to photograph the pelicans at Lake Eyre?
I haven't. It's on the bucket list.
Yeah, it should be too. Lake Eyre, William Creek, Murray, remarkable areas, explode with the rains. The country looks wonderful. And the inland sea that they all went and looked for and never found is there. It's there. Wildlife, bird life, pelicans, as far as the eye can see. How they know that the water is there. They got some sense, I suppose. some sort of beacon, I don't know. A changeable, adaptable, fascinating country, ladies and gentlemen. And would the ABC please stop putting Aboriginal names on stuff? It's Lake Eyre, right? I don't know what they call it. It's not Uluru, it's Ayers Rock. It's not Turkey, it's Turkey. Well, it's not an Aboriginal name. Well, where do they get these crazy ideas from? It's really, what the hell is going on? They're trying to change the Australian language. Quite bizarre. More importantly, the question is why? Why would they want to do that? I mean, does somebody in the ABC up there send out a memo saying we will now call Turkey, Turkey, and nobody says, excuse me, sir, why? Why would you do that? What at public expense are they trying to prove? Just enjoy this beautiful Australian landscape and our language and our history and our heritage, and that includes Aboriginal history and heritage. But we're all one. No one takes priority or precedence. Our country is ever-changing, adaptable and fascinating in character. Am I out of time?
No, you've got more.
I wanted to sort of say something about the Christian Brothers. I'm sort of thinking maybe perhaps I should, I don't know. An extraordinary moment in history which has gone by largely unmarked, the end of the Christian Brothers Church in Australia. A very important historic large division of the Catholic Church, an educative one. They have decided to sell it. Sell it. Its remaining assets, which they calculate will generate $240 million, largely property, will go to people who have been abused. They're broke. But that doesn't stop, of course, the lawyers coming after them. There may not be many Christian Brothers left. Really, they're elderly and just a handful. It was a very important educational wing of the Catholic Church, brought into dispute because of child abuse. But it must have been on an industrial scale, because they've already handed out to victims something like $500 million. It seems to me to be extraordinary that these people were attracted to taking care of children, educating children, getting their hands on children, while they were intent upon, well, shrouded in religious privilege and respect, abusing them. Is it that parents were naive? Is it that the church was naive or complicit? Is it because women were not involved in the Christian Brothers? Is it that the Catholic Church didn't have any oversight, or maybe didn't want any oversight? Is it that they didn't care anyway? I don't know, but it's the end of a dark chapter in Australia. The Christian Brothers are no more. I would think that might just be the real estate deal of the century, because the Catholic Church has always been very good at getting the best views, the highest position.
Architecture.
Architecture?
Gorgeous architecture.
Now, as I say, I don't have any dates today. A systems failure with the computer. But anyway, I hope you can join us next Thursday morning. We'll be here with another posting on Facebook, and then around the dining room table, 9 to 12 live streaming. All with the very best wishes of Rossdale Homes. Thank you for viewing the Court of Public Opinion. Believe in yourself. I'm Jeremy Cordeau, and thank you.